Hello, YouTube community. This is Ken with Nothing Fancy Collectibles. Just wanted to share some coins. I've got this ANCO coin album, 80 pocket. I looked through it real quick to make sure it was worth showing, and I can't even remember if it's full, but let's see. Let's see what's in here. There's some coins. There's an 1874 3-cent nickel, 1874 shield nickel. There's one missing here. We'll go to the next page in a minute. There's an 1866 over 1866 repunch date shield nickel. And let's see if we can hone in so you can see the repunching. If you can see over to the left, the right of that 6, you'll see another 6 showing up. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Let me go back down. Tilt my stand a little bit. There's one missing here. 1937 Buffalo nickel. It's a 1938 Buffalo nickel. 1938D. Choice uncirculated. 1938S. Jefferson. And then a very nice 1944P war nickel with full steps. What do you mean full steps? Let's take a quick look at the back of that one. On the back, which it is upside down, if you look in the area where the steps are in the center, I don't know if I can hone in so close, it shows the full amount of the steps. Upside down, look at the back of that buffalo. There's the back of the let's see, which nickel was that? The 38S. Let's look at the back of this one, the wartime nickel. You see the mint mark above Monticello, the dome? That signified, where they put the P's then, that it was a war nickel. They are 35% silver, because they needed the nickel, the real metal, for the war effort. So here's that repunched date. And it looks like somebody did some punching of their own, don't know why. There's the 3-cent nickel back. And there's the back of the shield nickel. 1950D, uncirculated. That is a key date. Low mintage. 1958 Jefferson. This one is just an artificially toned, I believe, nickel. 1960. This one is a 1964 proof. 1872 half dime. Another, or should we say, a 3-cent silver 3-cent piece. Says it's bent. We'll see if we can take a closer look at the backside. Here's a New Orleans dime from 1841, Seated Liberty. $1945 Mercury dime, and an 1853 with arrows on the side, which the arrows on the side of the date signified a composition difference. And that should be a quarter. If it says quarter doll down at the bottom, which is upside down, there's the back of that trime or 3-cent dime. The half dime. And we know what other nickels and stuff look like. 1925 mercury dime. 1942 mercury dime. 1944 mercury dime. 1942 mercury dime with full split bands on the back. And where I got this from, I'd say the person that had them knew what they were talking about, so I'm not even going to argue what it says, the possible mint state, but I'm not a grader. 1938D mercury dime. 1945 mercury dime. 2 more 1945 mercury dimes. Oh, another mercury dime. And here we've got a 1916 Barber quarter. Let's see what the back of that quarter looks like. There's your dimes. Let's see. This one here, the full split bands, it's talking about the bands in the center having to split, the ones going around. And I don't think we can get a good enough close look. We're not going to cry. There's one that's worn. 1927 Standing Liberty quarter. 1853 seated $50. 1893 Columbus special $50. These were sold to, well, fund an exposition. Okay. All of those were empty. Up here is a silver half, another commemorative, and that is Booker T. Washington. Here is, I think, G.W. Carver. 1951 S. Franklin. 58D Franklin half. 2003 P dollar. 2009 D uncirculated. And then here are a couple that are missing the color. Errors or not, it's possible to take that gold tone off of it and make it look like something it isn't. But when I got these, I thought, you know, we'll see what they are. One of them stuck to a magnet and one of them didn't. Odd. This is a 2000 P Sacagawea dollar. Very worn, it looks like, but actually just a darkened toned color. It could be maybe from being in elements or not. Some Indian head cents. Oh, let's see the back of those two special commemorative dollars. $50, excuse me. Then the back of the Franklins, you know what they look like with the bell on it. And the ones you want to see are the ones with the, where you can see the splits in all the lines on the half. 1900 Indian head, 1901, 03, 02, 04's dome, There's 05. I probably put the 04 in my book. 07, 08, 08S, which says is very rare. I need to look that up. Look in my book and see. There's a 1909. And that's just a 1909. Not the VDB or SVDB. We'll get into that. I'll show you that one of those at a later date. 1912, 1933. Now, you want to talk about a pretty penny? Isn't that a pretty penny? Uncirculated, red. 1914S, 1943D, 1958. It's a little bit of toning on it, as you can see to the bottom right. 1960, 1961. 71D quarter. Why did I hold that one? Couldn't tell you, just because it was such good shape. You can see the hair. 1995 quarter, the spitting horse, which there was a die crack coming out of the horse's mouth that went through some of the type down the way my finger's going. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Found that in pocket change. Okay, the V75 Privy Mark, let's see. And that was, I think, was the West Point quarters. That one part of the L in Liberty, LI, and maybe the B were missing. Strike through on grease or something. A German 5 Pfennig from 1874, which very much, if you pay attention to that 5 and then compare it to, I'm looking, one of those first nickels that I showed you. Let's go to the back of it. Look at the back of the 5 on that one. They look real similar. That's the one that had a repunch date. 1843 steel penny. 1943 steel penny. 1943 steel penny. And a 1943S. All uncirculated. Backs of some of those quarters. We know what a quarter looks like, don't we? Well, folks, this one's gone long enough. I'm going to stop it, and we'll start with something else shortly. I'll do a couple other things, and one of them, for you sport fans, you're really going to like. Now, back to the Bat Cave. Keep collecting the things you like, and hope you have a great day.